the loss to the Celtics. And that does your confidence guys no favor. They got manhandled in that one. It wasn't pretty.
Yeah, a snowball effect in that one. One thing would go wrong, and then another. Really the story of the game.
Yeah, it felt like just the entire roster was stuck in neutral. There was nobody offensively that could get anything going.
2022, Greg, a year for the Washington Wizards with some historic significance.
And it marks 25 years of the Washington Wizards name being on an NBA jersey. A cool moment for the current players who can look back on this franchise and know they're a part of history.
Now, here's Kuzma. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. And a player opt-out for Kyle Kuzma after this season. GA probably hoping to earn himself a raise.
Yeah, and he's a worker looking to round out his game and take that next step as he's just entering his prime.
Here's Young. He had 27 points last game. On deep. They get it back. Wide open look here for Murray. A three-pointer, no good. It's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Wizards. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
Yeah, but when you shoot a percentage in the low 30s as a team, and they did that in that game, it's just not going to be your night.
Yeah, you check the stat sheet and you can dominate just about every other facet of the game, but it's not going to make up for anything if you shoot the ball at such a low percentage.
Hunter. Washington with the rebound. And this matchup with the Hawks is their first meeting of the season. Kept alive. Back to Beal. Porzingis. Porzingis on the foul.
Porzingis now playing with passion, engaged on the offensive glass.
And it's Hunter with the jam.
Assisted.
And that ends the struggle. You could feel the tensions in the building with each miss.
Yeah, massive relief there. Getting a little bit frustrating for them until that bucket.
Taking it to the rack with power. Hammering down the two-hand slam. Good.
Well, Capella at that size really has no issues spotting the open man.
Beal gets a wide open look. Buries the long-range jumper. Beal's got 9 points. Still very early in the season here, but teams, Greg, beginning to hit their stride and get into a rhythm.
And the same can be said for the younger talent. Rookies are shaking off those debut jitters and starting to show us what they can really do.
Now Barton following the three-point attempt by DeJounte Murray.
Such a young roster. The Hawks exceeded expectations in that 21 season. They finished as the 5th seed in the Eastern Conference then.
At the line.
Yeah, and many were shocked when Atlanta, Brent, made it all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2021.
Yeah, how about that, Kevin? So much just came together and really accelerated their competitive timeline. Just can't get ahead of that, though. You gotta take things a step at a time, and their core players are still intact, and I think this team is poised to return to that kind of competitive level this year.
And goaltending is going to be the call, so they get the basket there anyway.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Davis looking for an opening. Second chance effort, and it's Gafford laying it in.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
On its way from Young for 2. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Here's Gill. And he makes that one.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
To Holiday. The shot missing. And it's Washington the other way. To the middle. The Wizards working the ball around now. And here is Hachimura. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Young from outside. Okongwu. Good work defensively by Hachimura. Outside, Davis. 1 second left. Bradley Beal, he's been the guy making things happen for the Washington Wizards.
24. The Hawks. 9.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Wizards team out there.
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
3-point field goal.
Well, that's a shot he can hit. If you give it to him, you need a little more energy on defense that next trip down.
And it's the growth of Murray as a distributor has really proved to be a great point guard. There were questions about that early in his career.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Now, some people call John Collins John the Baptist for how he dunks over defenders. He says, the game is slowing down for me. I'm able to see my spots. I want to continue to build on that and be looked at as a pillar, a guy that can be counted upon. Kevin, it seems he's hungry for more. Back to you.
He's a big-time dunker, that's for sure, looking to reach his full potential. David, thanks. And, Greg, you can see it. Murray has really improved his passing.
He has a great sense of the court and spacing, reads defense as well, and can direct his teammates. Could see him being an elite passer in no time. Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question.
They've worked hard to get this lead. Can't start giving up easy slams all of a sudden.
GA, that's right. And that was easy. Gift wrap for him.
Yeah, we see this all too often. The team gets a huge lead, and then their guard gets let down.
Here's Kuzma after the basket by Atlanta.
Well, Capella's reach is so intimidating for anybody on the inside. That's why you can anchor your defense with him.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Shoots from the baseline. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Capella.
Coming onto the court for the Hawks, Trae Young.
And Washington has possession. There's Beal with the 3. Collins grabs the miss. The Hawks trail by 12. And this offensive system direct at the Hawks front, it allows for a lot of creativity.
Yeah, lots of dribble handoffs at the top of the key. You obviously have the, in case of emergency, break glass player in Trae Young. But they're not afraid to attack mismatches, and this is the type of offenses that I think a lot of players would enjoy playing in.
And a big trade this last summer was Murray coming to the Hawks. Paid a hefty price, but Atlanta feels he and Trae make a great backcourt pair. Hard to think of a more deadly backcourt in the East.
This is when the teammates feed off of Bradley Beal when he has it going like this.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Now here's Beal. He's got 13. Plenty of space. And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
Just a great hustle play there. Energy and passion. This is what you play the game.
And it's Kuzma with the ball for the Washington Wizards. A 12-point game. It's on to Charlotte for him after this game as they take on the Hornets. Brent, with the way shooting has evolved, do you think they might move the three-point line further out at some point?
I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon, but I have heard some great ideas, and who knows? A good heads up from Bradley Beal just spots the ready shooter.
Here's Young, and there's the drive. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
Porzingis high post. Shoots over Capella. Porzingis can't hit. Here's Young. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Young's got 14 points for the game.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And finished off by Kristaps Porzingis.
Well, it's clear that Porzingis has some athleticism. That dunk right there, ferocious.
Now, here is Young. He's got 14. The lead now in single digits.
3-point field goal.
Young's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Solid in the first. Fantastic here in the second. He was just waiting for the moment.
Straight rim rocker.
It looked like it, Greg, for a second, like he might rip the cylinder loose. Young from outside. Wizards leading by 11. Outside, Beal for Murray. And Washington again with the bucket.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away. Shooting it with more confidence now. Look at his face. He didn't look quite right in the opening minutes. Finding it now.
Pass to Hachimura. Good. Nice job down low. He has 7.
I like Hachimura on the inside, patience and capitalizing from that tight spot.
Young, good.
Assist from.
Love his shot selection. Good at taking quality shots. Whether he's defended or open, he knows how to knock those down.
That's the end of the
And so it's the Washington
score. Your Wizards 42.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second.
All right, let's make some noise for your Wizards.
The Hawks trailed by 11. Something that the Wizards struggled with last year, Brent, was a lack of consistency.
Yeah, constantly shifting the rosters and starting lineups. Obviously a new coach, so tactically some different things being deployed. You've got to find a dependable foundation, and training camp in the early part of the season for this team, really, really important.
Assist goes to
Trae Young has such good handle and creates so much space for himself, and he can get to the rim.
Inside. Sinks it. And the shot from Porzingis. Porzingis got 8 points.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Well, the talk at halftime must have been a good one. Right now, 3 straight buckets to start the quarter.
Here's Beal following the basket by Trae Young. Pass to Porzingis. On the corner. And the jumper is on the mark. And the Wizards lead by 11. Trae Young again. 25 points for Trae Young.
And Young not a stranger to nights like this where he's putting up big numbers.
Avdia gets the bucket.
Well, great start. Check that box. They've made their first 4 shots, guys, and the offense looking very fluid right now.
That one goes. Count it. Young's got 27.
Every player his size has a lot of creativity to the game, especially scoring. And Trae is a flat-out scorer.
Now here's Beal. 21 points in the game. 6 to shoot. Here's Kuzma. And Capella sends it back. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Hunter, no good. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for Washington. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Yeah, no need to settle for a layup. Porzingis inside at that size. That's an easy kick.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
Timeout on the floor.
So timeout called here. The first for Washington. In decades past, teams that led the league in threes, if they shot that same rate now, would rank Greg dead last in the NBA. So with that thought, which teams of yesteryear probably should have shot more threes?
And that's a good one. Kevin, I think you got to look back to the Run TMC Warriors, right? How about the Larry Bird Celtics? Man, they could knock down the triple.
Both teams will make substitutions. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Morris into the lane. Gill misses.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure.
Assisted by.
Forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
And how? Brilliant throwdown. Now, here is Morris. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. The shot's good from Gafford.
Now that's excellent. Get the ball down deep inside and cash in on a simple basket.
Daniel Gafford.
Yeah, good job. Taking it right at it.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And to look at his percentage from the line, you see him at 89%. That's an indicator of what a consistent stroke he has.
AGA, what about these Hawks? They can really be fun to watch.
Yeah, they just need to be more consistent, Kevin. It seems they can beat anyone on any day. If they can start doing that regularly, we're talking about big things in the future.
Barton wide open. He fires. Rebound by the Hawks. When this game is done, they'll be off to take on the Raptors. The shot by Okongwu, no good. Washington leading now by 10. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Now here's Barton. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession.
Substitution.
You love the pressure he's putting on there. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Yeah, that's a tough one. An experienced player in the pro game shouldn't be making that pass.
The Hawks trail by 10. And a deep three from Young. Good on the triple. Young's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game. And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
And Davis wide open. He shoots. The kick out to Barton. Back to Gafford. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
On its way from Young for two. No good off the back of the rim.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good look.
Third quarter.
Yeah, just a fantastic job.
And so it's Washington Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Out left to the wing. Porzingis, that's a 2. And here's Davis for 3. That shot, no good.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive.
And way to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. It's to Porzingis. The shot's good on the assist by Morris. And the Wizards lead by 9.
Yeah, that's tough for the defense. Porzingis inside. I don't know who defensively is going to get to him.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Yeah, see the coach? He's got that frown on his face. I think we know why. Not a high percentage look.
Substitution on the court.
1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Porzingis inside. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation.
Possession to Atlanta. Substitution on the court.
And Collins has got the ball here for the Hawks. They trail by 9 points. Atlanta again missing.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Down low. Here's Porzingis. Good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 this game.
This looks like he's got more feel tonight. Like he's really got a good grip on that ball as he's letting it go.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
Back in 2017, Denny played professionally in his home country, representing Israeli basketball. He was a stud.
A big round of applause for your Wizards, USC.
Head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, well, Nate McMillan had some advice for the team during that last break. He was not happy with their play. He told them, we're getting outworked out there. Simple as that. We got to dial up our effort. Kevin, we'll see if they have enough to get it done.
All right, David, thanks. And for Avdia, he managed Brent to rack up 3 consecutive Israeli League championships.
Yeah, he really was the go-to guy, and he became the youngest MVP in league history at the tender age of 19. So doing all of that before entering the 2020 draft had a lot of NBA teams intrigued that, look, this guy has played in big games and in big moments. Could he do that for us?
Quick shot there, and it's off target.
And hard work on the glass once again, guys. And they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard. Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Trae Young continuing to read and scan the floor, and that time finds an open teammate.
Here's Beal. The Wizards with another miss. The Hawks trail by 7. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
First personal foul.
Even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Wizards.
You love how they've lived in the paint, making the defense just consistently have to collapse and still finding ways to convert.
You want to talk about ball distribution. They've been dominating that aspect of the game. I think there's a bunch of bankers out there. They're dropping dime after dime.
And both free throws good for Porzingis.
Makes it pretty tough on the defense. Who you're going to pick to send to the free throw line. And he's hitting the free throws right now. Form looks good.
Young for three. Hands it from downtown.
3-point field goal.
Young's got 37.
Quick to set his feet and quick with that release as Trey knocks one down.
The Wizards working the ball around now. It's to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
This is a big-time night for Porzingis. He's really fun when he gets going like this.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They trail by 8. 1:46 left in the fourth quarter. 1:46 left to play here in the fourth. Young, no good. Wizards leading by 8. Lets it go from the wing. Well shot off that time. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. Out to the right wing. Lays it up and banks it in. Young's got 39.
Big man John Collins seeing the court that time.
Pass to Morris. Outside Beal. Kuzma left side. Right side Porzingis. Just 5 on the clock. Score the basket for his 10th make. 10 for 12. 83% accuracy.
Porzingis showing some toughness that time, just cutting through contact.
Here's Young from the arc.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Good on the bucket. And now it's a 10-point Wizards lead.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
Young with the ball. From deep three-point range. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
This is Trae Young's specialty. He's just going to stretch out the defense.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Nice shot by Porzingis.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, and the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
Young's shot is good.
3-point field goal.
And this young guy relishes the pressure, stepping up there, confident in the clutch.
Here's Morris. And Morris throws it down.
Now that's the way it's done. Take it up and throw it down with everything you got.
That's right. He was not going to take the soft approach on that drop.
Well, not that wide open. You're given a juicy gift by the defense. You got to sink your teeth into it.
Substitution on the court.
And so Washington takes the win. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. I think they built off that edge.
Super costly. I know he hated, lost me. I don't want the if it checks. Let me see it. Let me flip it. Hey, I got some. Think I'm in my feelings. Let's get back to these that never tend to their children, cause they taking care of these. I be living through my